Girls Club of Metro Los Angeles. Welcome back to Sports and Fitness. I've missed all of you guys. I'm so happy I'm going to be able to make content for you all again. As always, we're going to be learning some cool sports and some cool drills. And today we're actually going to surround it by basketball. So basketball is a cool thing. I specifically wanted to do basketball in the month of February for Black History Month. Not because basketball is mainly a sport that's predominantly played by African American people, but a lot of basketball can actually tie into the activism that we see, especially starting now around professional sports. One thing that we could bring up is the stand of making sure that people vote. The NBA did a really big push towards the beginning of our election, making sure that a lot of people were getting registered, making sure that people know the materials that they needed, and also supplied some materials for people to vote. So it's important that when we start to play basketball and we start to think about the impact basketball has on our culture, we also have to realize that basketball in itself is a form of activism, making sure that we as people of color are staying together, playing a team sport, and making sure that always at the end of the day, it's about team, not about one person, but about the whole entire team. So today for Sports and Fitness, I'm gonna teach you guys how to shoot a proper free throw. And so now all you're gonna need for this activity today is you're just gonna need a basketball like the one I have in my hand, maybe a hoop, as you guys can see above me, and a bottle of water. Obviously, always before we work out, you wanna make sure that we have all the required materials so when we get started, you don't have to go and get anything else. But with that being said, go ahead, pause the video, grab the basketball, the water bottle, and also, if you don't have a hoop, you can watch the video and then go practice later on at a park that may be open. I know parks are starting to open now, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's get started. So first off, what we're gonna learn is arm placement and hand placement. So, put my ball down. When you're shooting a basketball, it's very important that we realize that we're not gonna have our elbows up really high. We're not gonna have them pointing to the sky or pointing behind us. We wanna make sure that our elbow, or for our dominant hand, is tucked in. So what I mean by that is that when I'm shooting a basketball, I'm not gonna post up with my hands out like this, shoot the ball really high, and then have my elbow up really high, really weird. You're gonna make sure that your elbow is tucked in, and you're gonna use your elbow and your arm to give yourself power. So right now, we're gonna focus on making sure that our elbow is in. Your non-dominant hand, so whatever hand you don't shoot with, will be the hand that you kind of point out just a little tiny bit, but not too much. And when it goes to hand placement, so that was our arm placement. Our arm placement means that we're having our dominant hand, or if you're right-handed, you're gonna tuck your right hand in, but one natural motion. If you wanna practice your arm placement, the best way is just to hold the ball with your palm like this, come in, try to put the ball as close to your head as you can without taking your arm out. Just put it right there, and then you're just gonna come up, just like that. So again, ball to your head, and then come straight up. There you go. Ball to your head, and again, straight up. So when you're shooting a basketball, you wanna make sure that your dominant hand goes underneath the basketball. So obviously, you're gonna try, go ahead, put your dominant hand underneath the basketball, and then you're gonna take your non-dominant hand, and you're gonna come right to the side of the ball. You're gonna want the ball pretty much looking like this. So I'm gonna turn to my side. You guys can see the ball in my hands. I have my left hand right here to the side, and my right hand right underneath the ball. So what we're gonna do from here is pretty much shoot. So when you're shooting a free throw, again, like I said, it's a free shot. So a free throw, a free shot, pretty much gives you as much time as you need to shoot it, to relax yourself, and to make sure that the ball goes straight through the hoop. It's really good and really important that you take your time for free throws just because they're free shots. Whenever you get something free, especially in sports, a free kick, a free shot, a free score, you always want to make sure that you're taking your time. You don't want to rush yourself, because when you rush yourself, you have a bigger chance of messing up. So when you're shooting a free throw, you want to make sure that the ball goes, again, up, resting on your fingertips, not exactly on your palm. Your left hand to the side. Mr. John always takes a dribble when shooting his free throw shots. That just makes me feel comfortable. And so what you're gonna do from here is that you're going to bend your knees like you're gonna take a squat. And again, just like a squat, you're actually going to make sure that your knees are about shoulders length apart. So the same width of my shoulders should be the same length between your knees. That's just to make sure that you have proper balance, and then that when you shoot, you're gonna be bending your knees and you're gonna come up at the same time you shoot. What you're gonna be doing then is just giving yourself more power to shoot the basketball. But let me show you what it looks like when you shoot, especially with your hands. So first, with your hands. When you're shooting the basketball, and I'll put the ball down, when you're shooting the basketball with your hands, trying to go into the court, it's important that you guide the ball, and you want to make sure that the ball has some spin on it as soon as you shoot it. All right. And yeah, so you just want to make sure the ball is ready, you have the nice good grip on it, you can guide it, it has air in it, of course. You're gonna bend your knees a little bit, you could bounce a little bit. Right hand again, right hand, dominant hand underneath the ball, left hand to the side. And all you're gonna do is bend your knees, come up. And as you see, Mr. John was able to snap his wrist. And a good way of thinking about it, if you're new to the sport, is going into the rainbow or going over the rainbow into the cookie jar. So again, we can all try that even if you don't have a ball with you. We'll try it real quick one more time. So again, you're gonna wanna shoot it, bend your knees a little bit, go over the rainbow, and then into the cookie jar. So when we go over the rainbow, that just means that we're putting arc into it, snapping, and then our snap of the wrist going down. Just think that you're trying to reach into a cookie jar when you're a little kid and you couldn't see what kind of cookies you got, but you knew there were cookies in there, so you go and reach into the cookie jar. That's a good way to just remember how to shoot a free throw. It's really important, especially if you like to play basketball, to shoot free throws. So I would suggest that if you're a super big basketball fan and you want to get better, I always have the goal of shooting at least 10 free throws before and after. So 10 free throws before and after every time I start to play basketball, or even every time I play on a hoop. Even if I'm just shooting around by myself and I say I shoot 100 shots, that does not matter. Every time I do shoot a basketball, I make sure that I do 10 free throws in the beginning of my workout and 10 free throws at the end of my workout. So with that being said, hopefully you guys have a good idea of what or how to shoot a free throw. So you just want to make sure that you're getting all of these tools together so that when you do go out and play, that you're able to look like an all-star NBA, LeBron James, LaMelo Ball, Damian Lillard combined all on the court. You're gonna look fantastic. So just make sure you keep on doing these nice little programs and figure out how to create your shot and make your shot a lot more better. For us today, that's going to be everything that I need to teach you. However, I do have one question for you guys. So my one question for you is, what is another way you can improve your jump shot in basketball? So what's another way you can improve your jump shot in basketball? Nice, yeah. There's plenty of ways you can improve your jump shot. You can always keep playing. You can always shoot 100 shots every night. That's just something that my grandpa used to tell me to do every single day. Michael Jordan used to shoot in his backyard even at late times. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but just know that you can always work to get better at a sport if you really want to be better at it. If you want to go to the NBA, if that's your goal, I say good for you and go for that goal. However, you're just going to have to keep on practicing. So keep on practicing. I'll see you all next time. Peace out.